Hey everybody, I am responding to the news that Oakland Raiders star running back and a man that I got to know at the 2019 NFL Draft, Josh Jacobs, is recovering in the hospital from injuries sustained in an auto accident. He was also charged with driving while intoxicated. And his attorney, according to a number of outlets, including TMZ, wrote that, I saw the letter, no complaint has been filed against our client and there are no blood test results to support a suggestion of impairment. We intend to enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Jacobs if he is ever charged. Now, let me tell you why that's not going to stick, because I've been in that position. When I was trying to bring the Super Bowl to Oakland, I went out, had a number of meetings in San Francisco because I needed the cooperation of the San Francisco hoteliers and the mayor of San Francisco in trying to get hotel contracts so that I could fulfill the NFL's requirement that I had enough contracts equaling at the minimum 17,500 rooms and ideally 24,500 top quality hotel rooms within an hour's drive of the stadium. So that was a tough task to get, but at that time, I thought I had the cooperation by verbal cooperation of then San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown. I was really excited, and so hey, those days like to go hopping around to some of the finest restaurants in Oakland and San Francisco, Harry's, South Side, Balboa Cafe. And I made my rounds and I wound up in Merchants in Jacqueline Square and got into my car. My title at that time was, my economic consultant or advisor to the city of Oakland. I was just economic advisor to the Oakland Mayor Ellie Harris before that. And anyway, on this day, on that night, I got my car leaving Merchants, and then next thing I know, I woke up. That's right. And I was headed the wrong way up the freeway ramp. I-880. And if you know the Bay Area at all, you were saying, what? I said, yeah. And what happened was I fell asleep at the wheel and somehow managed to think I was going to turn right and did. I was going up this freeway ramp when I woke up. These cars were coming toward me. So in order to avoid being an accident, I crashed my car to avoid a car. And in retrospect, I really didn't even need to do that. But I quite literally fallen asleep. I was tired and intoxicated. Bad mix. So called the police, of course. My car was smashed because I ran into the embankment myself, totaled the car, and was lucky to be alive. Okay, and they took me to the hospital, got my blood tested, told them who I was, went to North County Jail, and the jailer said, "Hey, aren't you Mr. Super Bowl?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I saw you on television." He said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna get you out of here." And I was out in 45 minutes. I was lucky. And my punishment was I had to do something called court watch, okay? But I was guilty of DUI. There was no question about it. There was a direct connection between my blood test result. I had 0.08's the limit. I had just over 0.08. So I was more tired than intoxicated. But I had an accident too. My own accident. I didn't hurt anybody else. Point that I'm making is I should not have been drinking and driving. Okay? I should not have been drinking and driving. And that's what I'm trying to say in Josh's case is, look, if the blood test shows you had nothing in your system, there's still the accident. Then yeah, there is also this whole issue of what happens to us with respect to the police, right? But in this instance, I have a feeling that, knowing the Las Vegas police as I do, with respect to a star, that they weren't going to manhandle him or do anything, or do anything bad to you, but they had to go by the book of what happened because you were in an accident. It's pretty hard for a police officer to explain to his superior, hey, I let this guy go because he was a star, even though he was in an accident, right? And so then you get all kinds of rips from that. The overall lesson here is, and I hope Josh realizes this, look, don't drink and drive, okay? I've said this before, and I'll say what I'm about to say again. The Raiders and the National Football League should have a phone number that you can call when you're out, wherever you are, in an NFL city, like Las Vegas is right now, and they have a chaperone or someone that can come and get you. I don't mean Uber or Lyft. I mean someone that's directly affiliated with a league that's on a hotline basis, or some group. Because you are an employee of the National Football League. And the National Football League needs to treat you as such. They can't design it so that, well, you got into trouble and it's not our fault, not ours, because you're a Raider, right? Or somebody wrote on one of the social media sites, yeah, that's just like a Raider. But the bottom line is, dude, you could have been killed, all right? You could have been killed. And so I really pray that this turns out for you in a way where it's just a lesson, because the headline, this is a but-for situation. The headline could have been, Oakland Raider running back Josh Jacobs was killed in an accident. And that's not what any of us want, man. You've come too far, too fast, and in a way that everyone's cheering you on because you've been through so much, right? Your dad would be devastated, man. You know it. Your family would be just out the door devastated. Your fans would be just broken. So you have to take care of the people who love and respect you. And the best way to do that is to just simply, in this instance, you have an option, you're out cocktailing, you know what? Go there in a limo, leave in a limo. And the league, again, should have an infrastructure that protects you essentially from yourself as a young man. Just saying. Just glad you're with us.